Can you see? Can you see us?
Oh, yes, I can see you, but it's a little bit lag. So maybe it's because of the network, but
Okay. Connect. Not that one. This one is not that connecting, but it's not connecting.
okay, so I hope you can see the screen and hear me okay. But the today's topic is going to be on Alibaba and 40 Thieves, and this will be our story for today. And first, we'll take a look at the story with a video that I prepared, and second, we will look at the vocabulary that was used in the story, so we will get to know some new words. And finally, we will rewatch the story and kind of use the vocabulary that we have learned and understand the story better. So, first, let's dive into the story. So, let's watch the video first, and we can go on from then.
David,
Hello? Did
please
you?
hold on. Hold on a minute.
You want me to wait a little bit, or I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
David, yeah. The kids cannot hear you. I'm the one hearing you. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't quite get what you were trying to say.
Looks like you people are connected to the speaker right now. Off the Bluetooth. Yeah, sure.
We can get back into the video. So this is um what we, before I've talked about how we will first look at the story. So here let's take a look at the video of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. One
Yeah, so that was the story, and I hope all of you enjoyed it. Um, but let's first get into the vocabulary that was used in the story. So first, let's start with a phrasal verb. This one is called take over. So take over means to gain control of something or to start doing something that someone else was doing. So, for example, when the manager left the company, someone else had to take over the job. Let's first see how this phrasal verb is used in the story.
the greedy Cassim took over his father's business.
So you can see here that the sentence is that the greedy Kasim took over his father's business. So here again, take over, or the past tense, took over, means to gain control of something. So can any of you make a sentence out of the phrasal verb take over? So can anyone try to make a sentence? Um, Again, take over means to um, get something or to gain control of something, like I've stated here. It's okay if um, no one wants to try it, but again, you can say that you took over um, some land, or you took over the job, you took over anything that has to do with gaining something. Again, you can see the pictures down at the bottom. You can see two people trying to take over the rope. And this person who's in charge is probably taking over the company, who is in control of something. And the next word is naive. So, naive means someone who is innocent, inexperienced, or easily tricked because they don't know much about something. So, for example, she was too naive to know that the salesman was lying to her. So, you can see two pictures here that this left person is probably naive of the computer. And on the right is just a person being naive. So, this person doesn't know much about something, maybe something in particular, probably very innocent and inexperienced. So let's take a look at how this word was used in the story.
Hurry in for more of Macy's best Black Friday deals now. Up to 50% off MAC Clinique.
Fooling the naive Alibaba. Kasim took over his father's business, fooling the naive Alibaba.
So Kasim, Alibaba's brother, has tricked him to basically taking over the whole company, the whole store, and he was able to fool the naive Alibaba. So, um, again, naive is a person who can be easily fooled. So, Kasim, his brother, has fooled the naive Alibaba. So, that is how it can be used. The next word is maintain. And maintain means to keep something in good condition or to continue doing something over time. So, for example, it's important to maintain your bike by cleaning it and fixing any problems. So, you can see in the bottom pictures that this left person is maintaining work and life. You can see this scale on both sides. And this person on the right is maintaining their health. So, maintain meaning to keep something in good condition. So, let's take a look at the story and how this word was used.
Rich woman. Alibaba had to maintain his wife and children. Married a rich woman. Alibaba had to maintain his wife and children.
So, Alibaba had to maintain his wife and children. Maintaining here meaning to keep it stable, keep it in good condition. So he had to maintain his wife and children. And that was the word maintain. And next, the word is troop. So this word troop refers to a group of people or even animals. So especially soldiers, scouts, or animals traveling together. So for example, a troop of monkeys played in the trees all afternoon. So here you can see on the left, here's a troop of monkeys, but it can also mean a troop of people. And this is especially mentioned for soldiers. So you can see on the right, they are the troop of soldiers. So it has multiple meanings that you guys can use. Can either mean for the animals or for people. So in the story, it was used for a gang of thieves. So let's take a look.
Came a troop of 40 himself behind the tree as he was afraid. There came a troop of 40 men on horseback.
Here it says, there came a troop of 40 men on horseback. So here it's referring to people, a group of people. So that is one way the troop word can be used. The next word is dagger, and it's pretty straightforward. So a dagger is a small knife with a pointed tip, usually used as a weapon. So for example, he carried a dagger for protection when traveling through the forest. So let's take a look at the story and how the word dagger is used.
They have swords and daggers on their waistbands. They have swords and daggers on their waistbands.
So Alibaba said that they have swords and daggers on their waistbands. So they are currently carrying two types of weapons. So dagger is one of them, and you can see at the pictures that it is a pointed tip, that is quite a sharp knife, and it is used as a weapon. But the next word is a really big word that is used in the story. It's called sesame, and this is used as a code in the story to open the rock. They say open sesame, but the word sesame itself is a small seed that comes from a plant, often used in cooking or baking, or it can refer to the plant of sesame itself. So for example, she sprinkled sesame seeds on her salad for better taste. So sesame is basically just a small seed that comes from a plant. But in the story, it takes a very important role of serving as a code to move the rock. So let's take a look at that.
Open sesame. Boulder. Open sesame.
So you can see how the captain of the group opened the rock that was blocking the pathway by using the code open sesame. But it's just a code, and the sesame itself is just a small seed that comes from a plant. You can see in the pictures down at the bottom too. Next word is burglar. So a burglar is a person who breaks into a building, usually a home, to steal things. So for example, the burglar sneaked into the house while everyone was asleep. So you can see the pictures here. The left is a burglar, and on the right, he or she is breaking into the house to steal something. So let's look at the story and how it is used in there.
Juggling bills.
Stocking shelves.
No time to delay. At least we have Lenovo.
The burglars marched inside the cave and the door to a dark cave. The burglars marched inside the cave.
So the burglars, who are the people who we've mentioned as the troop of people, are actually burglars, and they marched inside the cave. So they are the people stealing things, and you can see in the story that they're hiding the goods that they steal in the cave. So that was the word burglar. And the next word is march. And this word has two different meanings. So march can mean to walk in a steady, strong way, often with a group, or it can refer to the third month of the year. So an example sentence with the meaning of walking is that soldiers marched in a line during the parade. So that is, the soldiers walked in a certain line during the parade. And the example sentence with using the word of month of March is that we are going to vacation, going on vacation in March. So you can see that on the left, there's soldiers marching, and on the right, it is a noun that is used to describe the third month of the year. So January, February, and March is the third month. So, but in the story, it is used with the first meaning of walking. So let's first take a look at that.
The burglars marched inside the cave. Entrance door to a dark cave. The burglars marched.
So it is the same scene as before, and it is used in the same sentence with the burglars, but they marched inside the cave. That means they walked, usually in an orderly fashion. So they kind of walked inside the cave. That is the meaning of march. Again, remember that there's a second meaning of a month, a third month. But moving on to the next word, it's awestruck. So awestruck means feeling amazed or filled with wonder, often because something is very impressive or surprising. For example, she was awestruck by the beauty of the sunset over the mountains. So, you can see in the picture down below, this person on the left is awestruck by the beauty of sunset over the mountains, like I've used in the example sentence. You can see on the right, here's a very beautiful sunset, and this person on the left is awestruck, meaning to be filled with wonder, amazement, something very impressive and surprising. So let's see how this word is used in the story.
Alibaba was awestruck and couldn't move a single bone in terror. Alibaba was awestruck.
So after Alibaba watched the thieves open the cave, Alibaba was awestruck, meaning that he couldn't believe what he saw. And he was feeling very amazed. He was filled with wonder, very surprised that he saw that the boulder opened with the code Open Sesame. And that was the word awestruck. And the next word is called hideout. And a hideout is a place where someone hides, like its name suggests. And it's usually to escape danger or avoid being found. So, for example, the criminals used an old cabin in the woods as their hideout. So you can see these two pictures here. They are hideouts, and these are places where someone hides, usually to hold some sort of secret meetings or just as a place to meet up. And let's see how it is used in the story.
Oh, this must be their hideout for the treasure. Oh, this must be their hideout for the treasure.
So here the word hideout is used to describe a place for their treasure because the thieves are hiding it from everyone else. The place itself is called hideout, and they're putting their treasures in their hideout, their secret place. The next word is resist, and resist means to fight against or refuse to do something, especially because you don't want to. So, for example, she tried to resist eating the chocolate, but it was too tempting. So, this person on the left is trying to resist eating the chocolate, and on the right is probably a person trying to fight against something on both sides. So, let's take a look at how the word resist is used in the story.
Alibaba couldn't resist entering the cave. Alibaba couldn't resist entering the cave.
So Alibaba couldn't resist entering the cave, meaning that he couldn't hold himself from going inside the cave because he was so interested. He was so interested in what's going on inside and if he can open the door. So he couldn't resist that temptation, that wanting. So he went to the caves. The next word is utensils. And utensils are tools or items used for cooking or eating, like forks, spoons, knives, or cooking tools. So, for example, we need to buy more utensils for the dinner party. Again, like spoons, forks, and knives. So, utensils are, like some of you might know, just the tools or items that are used to eating, or cooking sometimes. And let's see how this word is used in the story.
Got photos.
There were huge piles of gold, silver, precious utensils, diamonds, rubies, and much more. Oh. There were huge piles of gold, silver, precious.
Here, talking about the precious utensils alongside with the gold and gems. And here, it just used to describe the utensils, the things that we use to eat are probably treasures. So maybe it's made out of gold or any other precious materials. So that is how it is used in the story, or utensil. And the next word is disbelief. And disbelief is the feeling of not believing something or not being able to accept it as true. So this word is opposite of belief, which means to accept something as true or real. And you can see this kind of place here. You can see the word this, and if you put this in the front of the word, it usually means not or the opposite of. So belief again means to accept something as true or real. But if you put the prefix, you can call this a prefix. This, it becomes not believing something. So, for example, in disbelief, she stared at the letter, unable to believe the news it contained. So you can see these two people down at the bottom. They are in disbelief. They can't believe what's happening. And let's see how this word is used in the story.
Alibaba rubbed his eyes in disbelief, but it was all there lying on the ground. Life in disbelief. Alibaba rubbed his eyes in disbelief.
The word here is used to say that Alibaba rubbed his eyes in disbelief. And of course, since there were all the treasures lying in the cave, Alibaba couldn't believe that. So that's why he rubbed his eyes in disbelief. He couldn't believe what was happening. That is the word disbelief. And the next word is suspect, or suspect if you use it as a verb, or suspect if you're the person that is being suspected. So if you use it as a verb, then suspect means to think that someone might be involved in something wrong or suspicious without being completely sure. This is important because you're not completely sure if they were the person involved in doing something wrong. You are just suspecting, meaning to kind of be suspicious of the person. They are not completely sure if they are the bad person yet, but they are suspecting that this specific person is involved in something wrong. So, for example, the police suspect him of stealing the car, but they don't have enough proof yet. So, suspect again, meaning to guess something, not completely guess, but to think that someone else is involved in something wrong. So you can see these two people here. They are likely detectives, and they are suspecting something or someone. So let's see how it is used in the story.
You know those easy to learn crochet?
Whatever we want.
Not so soon. Everyone will suspect us. We cannot let anyone. Not so soon. Everyone will suspect us.
So here, Alibaba says not too soon. Everyone will suspect us, meaning that if they spend their golds too fast, then everyone will suspect or guess or think that they had a lot of money, probably by stealing. So Alibaba didn't want to let other people know. So again, this word suspect means to think or guess that someone else or something else is involved. The next word is condition, and condition can have two meanings. First, it can refer to the state or quality of something, like how good or bad something is. So it is in good condition or it is in bad condition. It's the state of quality. The second meaning of condition is that it's a requirement or rule that must be met for something to happen. So you need to meet certain conditions in order to do something, a certain rule. So an example sentence with the meaning state is that the car is in excellent condition after the repairs. And an example sentence using the meaning of requirement is that the job comes with the condition that you work on weekends. So again, on the left, the plant is in good condition, the good state, the first meaning. And on the right is the second meaning of terms and conditions, a requirement or rules. So let's see how it is used in the story.
Secret. Alibaba's wife accepted the conditions to keep mum, but on Alibaba's wife accepted the conditions to keep mum.
So Alibaba's wife accepted the condition. Here, the word condition is used with the second meaning of rules and requirement. So condition here meaning the rules or requirements something must be met in order to happen. It's the word condition. The next word is inform. And inform means to give someone information or tell them something. It's pretty simple. And for example, I'll inform you about the meeting time as soon as I know. Inform, again, meaning to tell them something. And the next word is envy. And envy is a feeling of wanting something that someone else has or wishing you had what they have. So, for example, she felt envy when she saw her friend's new car. On the left, you can see this person is envious of the person on the right who won a trophy. So he wants something that someone else has. And same on the right, this person on the left is envious of this person, maybe of the phone or someone who she's talking to. Let's see how this word is used in the story.
Doubt. Kasim grew so envious that he could not sleep. Kasim grew so envious.
So here you can see that Kasim grew very envious. And envious here meaning to be jealous of something. So Kasim was jealous of Alibaba's wealth. The next word is hesitate. And hesitate means to pause or delay before doing something, usually because you're unsure or uncertain. So it's also pretty simple word. So for example, he hesitated before answering the difficult question in class. So hesitate here again meaning to delay or pause doing something because the person is unsure. Because you can see these two people down at the bottom. They're hesitating of doing something, unsure or uncertain about things. That was the word hesitate. And the next word is innocent. And innocent means not having done something wrong or harmful, or someone who is pure or not involved in bad behavior. So, for example, the little boy looked innocent even though he had broken the vase by accident. So, again, the word innocent here is used to not having done something wrong or harmful, or someone who is very, very pure. You can see on the left, this girl looks very innocent, and on the right, this person is also looking pretty innocent, having not done wrong or harmful. The next kind of phrase here is hold in stomach. So hold in stomach means holding back or preventing someone or something from moving or doing something. So basically holding back. But here in the phrase, you can also use it as hold in stomach. So for example, he had to hold in his stomach not to tell secret. So let's first see how it is used in the story.
About it. The innocent Alibaba couldn't hold the truth in his stomach. About it. The innocent Alibaba couldn't hold the truth in his stomach.
So again, the word innocent is used to describe Alibaba, and he couldn't hold the truth in his stomach. So he couldn't resist himself from telling the truth. because he was so innocent. The next word is responsibility, and responsibility means something you have to take care of or be in charge of. So, for example, it is your responsibility to feed the dog. So, this person is probably saying that it's your job to feed the dog and not mine. And again, responsibility means something or certain action you have to take over, you have to take care of and in charge of. So it is your job to do something. You can see these two pictures. On the left, a person carrying the responsibility, and on the right, you can see this person has a lot of responsibility. She is responsible of signing a contract, calculating things, handing out papers, calling, and doing something on the laptop. So she has a lot of responsibility or something you have to do or take care of. Now, moving on to the next word, it's sturdy, and it's also pretty straightforward. And sturdy means strong and not easily broken or damaged. So, for example, the table is very sturdy and can hold a lot of weight. You can see on the left, very strong and sturdy. This person is very sturdy. And on the right, it can also use to describe an object, like a table. So this table is very sturdy and it's not easily broken. That was the word sturdy. The next word here is, let's see, scatter. So scatter means to throw or spread some things over a wide area in different directions. So, for example, she accidentally scattered the paper all over the floor. Or you can see at the bottom pictures, the balls are scattering. It means spreading over in a large area. You can see on the right, the balls are also scattered around, spread around in different areas. That is the word scatter. The next word is symptom. So a symptom, as some of you might know, is a sign or feeling that shows something might be wrong with your body, like an illness or condition. So for example, a fever is a common symptom of malaria. So I have been to your school and talked about some symptoms of malaria while giving out my speech. But like I've said before, symptom, the word itself, is the sign of feeling that shows something might be wrong. The next word is ill-fated, and ill-fated means something that has a bad outcome or ends badly, often because of bad luck or poor decisions. So, for example, the ill-fated trip ended when their car broke down in the middle of nowhere. And you can see at the bottom picture here that this person is ill-fated or has really bad luck. So let's take a look at how it is used in the story.
Ready?
That's very ill-fated. Where is his house? Very sorry for him. The symptoms. But he died. I'm very sorry for him. That's very ill-fated.
So this burglar makes a comment saying that it's very ill-fated. It just means that the death was very unlucky. That should have happened, and it was a very bad outcome. And you can use the phrase ill-fated to describe that situation, something that is of bad luck, bad outcome. The next word is resolve. And resolve means to make a firm decision to do something or to find a solution to a problem. So, for example, she resolved to study harder after failing the test. So, you can see on the bottom picture, the conflict is resolved. So, maybe these two people were fighting about something, but it was resolved, or the solution was found. And on the right is the same kind of picture of solution being found or something being resolved. An example sentence I used was that she resolved to study harder after failing the test. So resolved here means she decided to do something. She resolved to study. The next word is doubt, and doubt means to be unsure or uncertain about something, or to question if something is true. So, for example, he had doubts about whether they would finish the project on time. Maybe they were running out of time, and he was doubting that they had enough time. He was unsure and uncertain about that. It can be doubting of many other things. Like you can be doubting someone, you can be doubting something, maybe of not happening. But overall, doubt means to be unsure or uncertain about something. And yeah, that was the end of our vocabulary. And before we rewatch the story, let's quickly go back to the first word that we have learned. Just take over. And we will slowly go over these. So take over, naive, maintain. We also learned about the word troop. We also learned about dagger, as well as sesame, burglar, march, awestruck, hideout, resist, utensils, disbelief, suspect, vision, inform, envy, hesitate, innocent, hold in stomach, responsibility, sturdy, scatter, symptom, ill-fated, resolve, and finally, doubt. So those were all the words that we have studied. And finally, we are ready to rewatch the story. So using the vocabulary that we have learned,
Quiet.
let's take a look back at the story.
watch. Hey.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. What?
So that was the end of the story again. And I hope you guys liked it and was able to understand most of the vocabulary that was used in the story. And I hope it wasn't too difficult or too easy. Please tell me if it is so that I can probably change the level. But um, do any of you have um questions so far or anything
Ask you
else you'd like
questions.
to ask?
Listen and answer him. Said is it too easy or too difficult? Answer him. If you have any questions, you can come and ask me. If you have any questions, you can ask him before he finally conclude. It's easy. So come and say it there. Are you afraid? It's easy. So the words he was using, they were easy. They were easy for you.
Yeah, please tell me if it is easy or difficult so that I can maybe change it. So um
Hello, he's talking to you. Is it easy or is it too difficult? It's not the film, it's the words. He's talking about the words in the. Some are difficult. Okay. So, Jabin, they said some are difficult and some too are easy. That is with the vocabulary.
oh okay. Yeah, I think most of the times it's good to have a mix of easy or difficult, but I will not try to include the ones that may seem too easy for them. Um, yeah, thank you for letting me know about that. And um, for our next session, do you still want to continue this English lesson, or do you want to switch it around to other topics?
He's asking that you want him to continue with these topics. All right. Your response was yes. Jimmy, can you
So
hear me?
yes, I guess I was thinking for this semester we can continue doing different types of stories, but maybe starting next semester we can move on to um sort of science and mathematics and
Okay.
more of those fields. And yeah, until December we can continue doing different types of English stories. Um, so I have three options for you guys. So let me type it in
Hey,
chat.
hey.
So I typed it in chat. You can see that there are three options that you can choose. First is the magic shoes. The second is the little match girl, and the third is Jungle Book. So does any of those stories sound interesting? Or I want um maybe the kids to choose the stories they want to listen to.
Hello. Can you see the screen? Is He said you should choose among these three stories for next week. Which one? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Let me see. Magic shoe. All right, so somewhere talking about the magic shoe, some to the little match, but girl, yeah. So I think you have to make your decision because some of them were choosing the first one, some were choosing the second one. So
maybe we can go in order. So first we can do the little match group, and the week after that we can do the magic shoes. So we can do both of them.
Okay. He said he will do both of them, but he will do the little match girl first. That will be next week. You get it? All right. Okay.
And
so
I have one more question about the sorry, it's about the field trip.
Hey, sit down.
So it's about the field trip that we were kind of planning. So did you decide which place that the children wanted to go?
Hey, keep quiet and let me listen to what you say. Hey, keep quiet. I hate what you are doing. All right.
Yeah, so about the
David,
field
please
trip.
come again.
Yeah. So is there any place that they want to go about the field trip?
Yeah. This what the director told you about the field trip? How did you edit? The water park. Okay. Yeah. And then we decided on the water park.
Okay, they're interested in the water park. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we will
be visiting the water park.
okay. Yeah, we will look into that, and yeah, I will let you know if we did find a good water park to visit. So
all right. Okay.
it sounds good. And and one more question about the meeting time. So will 2 p.m. be okay for this lesson?
Hey,
Because
what is this?
so
Hello.
which time period do you prefer? The 1 p.m. class or the 2 p.m. class if we move?
David, for that one, I can't really decide on my own.
Oh,
But
I see.
I think the 1 p.m. is okay. Just that sometimes they have to go on dining before, they have to go for their lunch before coming to the class. So that sometimes delays us. So the 1 p.m. is okay. The only thing is maybe sometimes we'll miss like 10 minutes like maybe 10 minutes, which will be like 1:10. Uh-huh. 1:10
Um,
p.m. Maybe that is the only problem, but the 1 p.m. is okay. It's perfectly okay.
yeah, that will be fine.
The 1
And
p.m. is okay.
I just wanted to know if any other times are open, but if everyone's okay with 1 p.m. or like 1:10, yeah, we can continue doing lessons at that time.
The 1 p.m. is okay. The only problem we have is with the dining, the lunch. But that will be about 10 minutes difference. So we are okay with that.
That will be fine, and I'll be
Okay.
okay with that. And yeah, there is nothing else I want to say at the moment. So, yeah, I will be prepared with the little match girl for next week, and yeah.
Okay. All right.
Alright, if
All
there
right.
is no other questions, then I guess I'll see all of you next week.
All right. Do you have any question for David before? All right. I think there is no question.
Then yeah, I'll see everyone next week at 1 p.m.
All right. Yes, sir. No, wait, David. No, wait, David before you.